The ritual is wearing a dress. Then we should be able to look through entertainment and see all of these people being made to wear a dress. That's what a ritual is. You know what I mean? Like, whether they're white or black, that doesn't matter. There's not other jobs where this is a requirement. Why is this?
Yeah.
Why is this so necessary? Hollywood is not really there to entertain you. Like, that's great that happens, but that's what makes information so powerful. You don't care how people feel about the ritual. You can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear. These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the number one job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like
for which she's heavy into African spirituality. She is a daughter of, I believe, either a daughter of Oshun or Yemaya. I go back and forth. I feel like it's Oshun though, but if I got it wrong, I got it wrong. But nonetheless, she's a high-ranking witch. Madonna is a very high-ranking witch. She is a high priestess. That's just pretty much what it is. Of course, the main thing Madonna practices is Kabbalah, but then there's different versions of Kabbalah, just like there's different versions of African spirituality. But then I also believe that in addition to African spirituality, I do believe that Beyonce is into dark magic and black magic as well. Her and Jay-Z.
Why does every black man in Hollywood get forced into feminization once they reach stardom? Mind you, the theme of the Met Gala is about black men influencing fashion, so why is he, a black man, dressed like a bohemian woman? And if this was really how he wanted to look, that'd be okay, but this man looks visibly uncomfortable. And after what Katt Williams had to say, I'm asking a lot of questions.
Evan told you he wasn't gonna wear no dress until they offered him the dress, and then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision. Duh. But you didn't make it before they brought it up, did you? It's okay. All right. My goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole and never have sucked a p***. That was my only goal. Who gonna turn down $50 million? Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. It's not really there to entertain you. Like, that's great that happens. But propaganda is something that is important to all civilizations. Feel about the ritual. It's about does following the ritual work. Yeah. And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear. So like when I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses, everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not.
That is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully. That's how you understand what a ritual is. So 20 years ago, I knew that transgenders was going to be a thing. It wasn't because I was a prophet. It's just I had gotten so much information that I understood that things are secular. So I understood that the earliest I had seen that word transgender was Baphomet, the transgender. And so I knew that in the ritual of Baphomet, the transgender, to show allegiance to him, you had to kiss his ass ring.
Really?
And it said both of those things. So I knew that both of those things would become popular in the future. And that somehow calling people the GOAT would be normalized over
the sheep.
Eyes wide shut. I don't know. It just feels like it wasn't just a movie. Like they're trying to tell us something, but in code. And the film explores secret elite gatherings, masked ceremonies, and underground exclusive circles that most people are never meant to see. Not just power, but influence, control, and silence. And what makes it even more unsettling is that the director, Stanley Kubrick, passed away 1 week after a private screening of the movie. And of course, it was by a heart attack. Now, allegedly, he was pressured to remove certain scenes and he refused. The film was released anyway, but about 20 minutes were cut, which many people believe would have fully connected the dots. Now, let's fast forward to when people talk about the Met Gala. A lot of old photos resurfaced, dark lighting, hidden rooms, invitation only after events. Like, some people believe they were exclusive, intimate circles, not just fashion, but symbolism. And if you notice, the vibe hasn't really changed. Even today, the Met Gala gives like Hunger Games, ritualistic themes, hierarchy power. Celebrities like Keke Palmer attended, along with many others, which makes people start asking questions. And then there's Castanet. Ever since these certain high-profile moments like LeBron James cutting his hair on stream, people say that he looks different, sounds different, and moves different.
Hello everybody, I'm currently on my laptop right now. A few days ago, I spread awareness on mental health and how important it is to take care of yourself. And honestly, for the past few months, I've been struggling with mental health out of self-doubt and fright of pursuing goals that I really want to achieve.
And yes, mental health is a real thing. And maybe it is just growth, but maybe it could be something deeper. Let me know what y'all think. I've also noticed some one-eye imagery with Coco Jones, one of my favorite Disney stars growing up as a kid. But if you want to do a deep dive on her, I think it would be really interesting to talk about because she has been looking a little different lately, allegedly.
Beyoncé disappeared from the Met Gala for an entire decade. 10 years. No appearances, no surprise walk-ins, nothing. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, she returns during the exact same year the internet starts reviving old conspiracy theories about what allegedly happens behind those closed doors once the camera is shut off. Now people are digging up old Katt Williams interviews, connecting dots that nobody was paying attention to before, and asking one very uncomfortable question. Why do so many celebrities become more powerful, more influential, and somehow more untouchable after entering these elite Hollywood circles? Because according to online rumors, the Met Gala was never just about fashion. People are now claiming it's something much bigger, much stranger, and possibly much darker than anyone wants to admit publicly. And once you start looking at the details surrounding this year's event, it suddenly becomes very hard to ignore why the internet is spiraling right now. For years, people brushed off the Met Gala as just another celebrity fashion event. Rich people wearing outrageous outfits, posing on red carpets, and pretending their outfit choices represent art. But what keeps fueling these theories is the secrecy surrounding the event itself. Think about it. The public only sees a few minutes of the night. Celebrities arrive, pose for pictures, wave at cameras, and disappear inside. After that, no cameras. No live streams. No public access. Even phones are reportedly restricted once guests enter certain areas. For one of the biggest celebrity events in the world, people find it strange how little the public is actually allowed to see. And that mystery has only made online speculation worse every single year. What really adds fuel to the fire is the exclusivity. This isn't an event people can simply buy tickets to attend, even if they're wealthy. Invitations are carefully curated. Entire careers can go by without certain celebrities ever receiving an invite. Meanwhile, some stars suddenly become recurring staples overnight. And according to internet theories, that's where the power dynamics allegedly begin. People online have started describing the Met Gala less like a fashion fundraiser and more like an elite social ranking system hiding behind designer outfits and luxury branding. Now, whether that's true or not is another conversation entirely, but once people started revisiting old celebrity interviews, the theories took on a life of their own. And that's exactly where Katt Williams entered the conversation again. Years ago, when Katt Williams went on podcasts and interviews talking about Hollywood rituals, most people laughed him off immediately. They treated it like another wild celebrity rant that would disappear after a few days online. But recently, clips of those interviews have exploded all over social media again because people think his comments sound very different now after everything that's happened in Hollywood over the last few years. especially when he started talking about secret industry behavior, humiliation rituals, and celebrities allegedly doing strange things behind the scenes to climb higher in entertainment. At the time, people mocked him for sounding paranoid. Now some viewers are wondering if he was hinting at things the public still doesn't fully understand. What made Katt's comments stand out wasn't just the shock value. It was how confident he sounded. He repeatedly claimed that Hollywood operates on symbolism, power structures, and unspoken rules that outsiders never see. And one specific topic he kept bringing up was how certain celebrities suddenly transform once they reach another level of fame. Different behavior, different image, different energy. Back then, people rolled their eyes at those claims. But after this year's Met Gala, his old interviews started resurfacing everywhere again. And suddenly, people began connecting his statements directly to Beyoncé's return. Because here's where things started escalating fast. Beyoncé had avoided the Met Gala for 10 years. That alone was enough to get people talking the second she returned. But what really sent the internet into conspiracy mode was the timing. Not only did she come back after disappearing for a decade, but she reportedly returned with even more influence than before. Online rumors immediately started spreading that she had become one of the most powerful figures within these elite entertainment spaces. Then people began revisiting old rumors that had followed her for years. Claims about symbolism, hidden meanings in performances, and accusations tying her to spiritual imagery. Most of those rumors have existed online forever, but this year they suddenly came roaring back stronger than ever. Then people noticed something else. For the first time, Blue Ivy's presence became a major talking point surrounding the event. Online conspiracy communities immediately began speculating about industry initiation narratives, especially because Beyoncé has kept her children relatively protected from public Hollywood spaces for years. The second people saw Blue Ivy connected to this year's Met Gala conversations, social media exploded with theories claiming this symbolized a passing of the torch into the next generation of celebrity power. Again, there's no evidence proving any of these rumors, but that didn't stop millions of people from discussing them like they were uncovering hidden clues in real time. But that's not even the part viewers became obsessed with. People also started dissecting Beyoncé's actual outfit and comparing it to disturbing imagery from old artwork and films. Some online users claimed her look resembled The Visitor, a haunting 1940s painting depicting death as a glamorous woman standing in a doorway. Others argued the styling leaned heavily into themes of mystery, control, and theatrical symbolism. Suddenly, every detail became part of a larger theory online. The gloves, the colors, the expression, the timing. And once social media starts building narratives like that, it spreads incredibly fast. Especially when another celebrity gets dragged into the conversation. Nicki Minaj. Almost immediately, fans noticed Nicki allegedly wasn't part of the event in the way people expected. That sparked another round of internet theories because months earlier, Nicki had posted cryptic messages and comments that some fans interpreted as indirect shots toward Beyoncé and Jay-Z. So, once Beyoncé returned to the Met Gala while Nicki seemed disconnected from the moment, conspiracy channels instantly framed it as proof of some deeper Hollywood divide happening behind the scenes. Whether it was coincidence or not didn't matter anymore. The internet had already decided there was a hidden story unfolding underneath the public narrative. And that's where Katt Williams' older comments about humiliation rituals suddenly came back into focus. One of Katt's most controversial claims over the years involved male celebrities wearing dresses or embracing exaggerated fashion statements after reaching mainstream success. He argued that Hollywood intentionally pushes certain images to test loyalty and obedience within the industry. Again, these were comments many people originally dismissed as outrageous. But this year, viewers started revisiting those interviews because of artists like Shaboozey. After collaborating with Beyoncé and suddenly rising to another level of visibility, Shaboozey appeared at high-profile events wearing fashion choices that immediately triggered online debates. Some people praised the creativity. Others claimed he looked visibly uncomfortable. And conspiracy channels wasted no time connecting his transformation directly back to Katt Williams' old warnings. The reason this conversation keeps surviving online is because it taps into something bigger than just fashion. People are fascinated by the idea that fame changes celebrities in ways the public doesn't fully understand. The deeper someone moves into elite entertainment circles, the more mysterious their image becomes. Different styling, different behavior, different messaging. And once audiences begin looking at celebrities through that lens, suddenly every outfit, every symbol, and every public appearance starts feeling intentional. That's why these theories spread so aggressively online. Not because people necessarily believe every detail, but because the patterns start feeling eerie enough to keep people watching. Then the conversation took an even darker turn when people started comparing all of this to a movie many believe exposed elite Hollywood culture years ago, Eyes Wide Shut. The film follows a wealthy doctor who stumbles into a secret gathering attended by powerful elites wearing masks inside a hidden mansion. The deeper he gets into the night, the more disturbing things become. Secret ceremonies, anonymous figures, unspoken rules, warnings to stay silent. What once looked glamorous slowly transforms into something unsettling and dangerous. At the time of its release, most people viewed the movie as strange psychological fiction. But years later, after scandals involving powerful people in entertainment and politics started surfacing publicly, viewers began revisiting the film with completely different eyes. And that's where the Met Gala comparisons exploded online. People started pointing out the similarities they believed existed between the movie and elite celebrity culture. Invitation-only gatherings, extreme secrecy, mask symbolism, hidden after-parties, and an obsession with status and hierarchy. Even the visual aesthetic of certain Met Gala themes over the years started getting compared to scenes from the film. Dark lighting, mysterious costumes, extravagant symbolism. Suddenly, the internet wasn't talking about fashion anymore. They were talking about power. What made the conspiracy theories even more intense was the long-running rumor surrounding the film's director, Stanley Kubrick. For years, online communities have speculated that Kubrick allegedly revealed uncomfortable truths about elite society through the movie and faced pressure behind the scenes because of it. Those theories intensified after his death shortly before the film's release, with conspiracy channels claiming certain scenes were removed from the final version. None of this has ever been proven, but the mystery surrounding the film has kept the theories alive for decades. And now, with Beyoncé's return to the Met Gala and Katt Williams' old interviews resurfacing at the exact same time, people online are convinced these conversations are connected somehow. And honestly, whether people believe these theories or not, one thing is undeniable. This year's Met Gala stopped feeling like just another celebrity fashion event to a lot of viewers. It became something people started analyzing like a coded message hidden in plain sight. And then people started pointing at another celebrity whose recent transformation has quietly become a huge conversation online, Coco Jones. What makes this situation different is that Coco isn't just another random celebrity getting dragged into internet theories. A lot of people grew up watching her as the sweet Disney Channel star with a relatively grounded image. But over the last couple of years, fans have noticed a dramatic shift in her presentation, styling, energy, and overall branding as she moved deeper into the music industry and higher-profile Hollywood spaces. And for conspiracy-minded viewers already obsessing over symbolism in celebrity culture, Coco suddenly became another example they couldn't stop analyzing. People online began dissecting everything from her photo shoots to certain music visuals, especially moments involving heavy shadow imagery, dramatic eye symbolism, and darker fashion aesthetics that some fans claimed felt completely different from the image she originally entered Hollywood with. Now, to be fair, artists evolve all the time. Reinvention is practically part of becoming a major celebrity. But once audiences start viewing Hollywood through the lens Katt Williams described, secret influence, industry transformation, hidden messaging, even normal rebranding starts looking suspicious to people already deep into these theories. And honestly, that's what makes these conversations so fascinating. It's not necessarily that every person believes celebrities are secretly part of some underground ritual network. It's that the entertainment industry itself already feels mysterious enough for people to believe something bigger could be happening behind the scenes. Fans watch stars go from relatively normal public figures to almost untouchable global icons overnight. Their personalities shift. Their fashion changes. Their interviews become more guarded. Their imagery becomes more symbolic and theatrical. So when people see someone like Coco Jones moving into a completely different level of celebrity visibility while embracing darker, more cryptic aesthetics, conspiracy communities immediately start connecting dots, whether the evidence is there or not. And once that mindset takes hold, suddenly every celebrity transformation starts feeling intentional instead of organic. That's why the conversation surrounding the Met Gala became so much bigger than just Beyoncé. People started looking at Hollywood as a whole differently, especially after scandals involving powerful elites, secret parties, and hidden celebrity connections became mainstream news over the last few years. The moment the Epstein documents started exposing how many influential figures allegedly moved within the same private social circles, public trust around elite celebrity culture changed permanently. Suddenly, people became far more willing to believe that there's an entirely different world operating behind closed doors that regular audiences never get to see. So when viewers hear Katt Williams talking about secretive Hollywood behavior, industry rituals, and celebrities sacrificing integrity for power, his comments land differently now than they did years ago. Especially because Katt himself has repeatedly claimed he refuses to participate in certain Hollywood spaces despite allegedly being invited into them. That detail matters to people. In the eyes of his supporters, it makes him seem less like a bitter comedian and more like someone intentionally distancing himself from something he believes is real. Whether that's true or not is impossible to verify, but it absolutely explains why his interviews keep resurfacing every time a strange celebrity controversy explodes online. And the internet reactions only made the theories spread faster. Some people started posting that Katt Williams had been telling the truth for years, and that audiences are only now beginning to notice the patterns he was talking about. Others pointed to old celebrity interviews discussing humiliation, pressure, or strange experiences in Hollywood and argued that too many stories sound similar to ignore completely. Then you had another group of people saying the entire thing is just internet paranoia mixed with celebrities trying to stay culturally relevant through shock value and symbolism. But even those skeptics admitted one thing: the secrecy surrounding elite Hollywood culture makes these theories hard for people to fully dismiss. Because the truth is, mystery creates speculation. And few events in entertainment are surrounded by more mystery than the Met Gala. You have one of the most powerful celebrity gatherings in the world. Strict privacy. No public access once the doors close. Billionaires, actors, musicians, fashion elites, and media powerhouses all gathering in the same building while the public sees only a carefully controlled fraction of the night. Then you combine that with Beyoncé suddenly returning after 10 years, old Katt Williams interviews resurfacing, symbolism debates exploding online, and people comparing the entire thing to Eyes Wide Shut, and suddenly the internet feels convinced there's a hidden story buried underneath the glamour. Maybe it's all just fashion, performance art, and celebrity mythology spiraling out of control online. Maybe people are connecting dots that were never meant to connect in the first place. Or maybe Katt Williams knew a lot more about Hollywood than people wanted to believe when they first laughed at him years ago. Either way, Beyoncé returning to the Met Gala after disappearing for an entire decade has people looking at this event very differently now. Because for a lot of viewers, the biggest question still hasn't been answered. What actually happens once those doors close and the cameras stop rolling? And honestly, what do you think?